All right, we'll just keep plugging away. And the next video is about giving the character a plan. He's got a problem or she's got a problem. They meet the guide, that's us, and we give them a plan that's going to help solve their problem. That's what this video is about. So go ahead and watch it, and then you'll get instructions about how to help brainstorm at the end.
So let's think about the journey that our customers are on. Let's recap. We identified something they want. That got the story started. Then we hooked them when we talked about the problem. And they're interested in us because they want to resolve that problem. They were hopeless, but we positioned ourselves as the guy. We're definitely in a relationship with these people at this time. I mean, there is some sort of affinity. They're paying a lot more attention to our brand than they are to other brands. But you know what? They're not going to place an order. They really won't. Even though they're in a relationship with us, they will not take the next step. Because we think about it, we identified something they want. That's one little step. Then we identified the problem. We defined the problem. That's another step. And then they're drawn to us because we're the guide. Oh, I definitely want you to be my guide. But then we said, now I want you to place an order. Oh, no. You want me to give you money? Well, this is the first time in our communication with our customers where we're actually putting them in a place of risk. I mean, if they place this order and give us money, they could lose that money. Or even more than the money, they could feel stupid for having fallen for this trick. Or they might be disappointed. I mean, there's all sorts of reasons that they're saying, I don't know if I want to do this because this is not just a step, this is a yawning chasm. And what they're going to do at this point in their relationship with us is they're going to start making excuses. They're going to come up with excuses to not do business with you. And there are two really main excuses that they're going to use. One is, this is too hard. I mean, it's just too hard to do this, right? I don't know if I want to do this. This is difficult. The second excuse is, this is confusing. I mean, if you're asking them to do something and they're like, I don't exactly know how this works and will we meet or how do we do it? As soon as they hit that mental fog, they're going to back up and they're going to say, and they're, you know what? I'll do this tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and they've already forgotten about it. So the way to get customers to bridge this chasm is to give them a little path that they can follow to make it easier. That way it's not hard and it's not confusing. We call this path the plan. And we want every one of you to create a plan for your customers so that they can engage. Here's what I mean. You know, I used to live in Portland, Oregon, and I would take people up to a place called the Columbia River Gorge whenever my friends would visit. This beautiful, beautiful river, the Columbia River, cuts through the Cascade Mountains and just creates this incredible territory. And I'd take them up hiking, especially my friends who came up from Texas, where I was born and raised. They've never really seen a hill. So we're actually climbing these mountains. And we get a couple miles up into the gorge, and my favorite place to go was Triple Falls. And Triple Falls is a bit of a scary hike at times. I mean, you're literally kind of hugging this cliff, and you're holding onto this cable, and you're kind of looking down. It's probably a 50-foot canyon that this waterfall divides into three and falls into. You feel the spray, the mist of the waterfall, and it's a little bit spooky. But I used to love going up there. So you take your friends around the top of the waterfall, you cross the bridge, and you can probably spend 30 minutes there looking into this hole. Then immediately we take a right and we start going up the path, and the trail goes right into that river, and it comes out the other side, just 50 yards from the top of the waterfall. And they look at me and they say, I am not getting in that river. I said, no, you guys, we can do it. I said, no, if we get in that river, we're going to go over the top of that waterfall. Said, no, listen, we're going to hit this rock, and then we're going to hit that rock, and then we're going to hit that rock, and then we'll get to the other side. You see, we can do it. And they say, okay, well, you go first. Then I wander out there. That's what a plan does for our customers. Yeah, I know, this could be really scary. This might not work, but here's what I'm going to do. I just want you to do this, I want you to do this, and I want you to do this. And you lift the fog. You make it much less confusing about how we're going to do this. But you also make it look very simple for this to happen. Now, there may be 27 steps to do business with you, but I don't want you to have 27 steps in your plan. I want you to have 3 or 4, maybe 5. And there's a reason for that. Studies show that if you give people 3 options, they engage. If you give them a 4th option, engagement decreases slightly. If you give them 5, engagement decreases dramatically. And at 6, you're probably not going to do very much business. Why is that? Well, we talked about it at the beginning of this training. The brain has to burn too many calories to process that information. We've just got to make it look easier. What does this look like? Well, let's say you're a financial advisor and you want to meet with me so that we can talk about my retirement. Well, think about if you're not a financial advisor, like I'm not, this is a completely mysterious world. And I'm sitting there going, how long is this meeting going to be? Do I need to bring my checkbook? Do I need to bring my bank statements? Is this guy going to want me to write him a big check to invest in something? That's a fog. And as soon as I hit that fog, I'm going, you know what? Can I get out of this meeting? I would rather just never retire than actually have to figure this stuff out. But I go to my financial advisor's website. You know, he tells me to go there, and I look, and he says, how we work together. 1, schedule an appointment. 2, we have a listening session. 3, I give you a custom strategy and help you execute it. Well, now I don't actually have to figure all this out. All I have to figure is I just need to schedule an appointment. It's very easy for me to take that first step. And then when I'm in the appointment, he's going to listen to my goals, and we're going to figure some things out. And then we're going to take the next step where he gives me a custom report. Here's the problem. We struggle with the curse of knowledge, so we think everybody knows how we're going to work together. They don't. They don't know how this works. And when you put those stones in the creek, you will see so many more customers walk across that creek. One of the most powerful elements in the StoryBrand framework is just giving people a plan that they can follow. I like the comedian Brian Regan. I think he's just really funny. And he does this bit about he sees a box of Pop-Tarts on the shelf. And on the side of the box of Pop-Tarts, it says 1, open the Pop-Tarts. 2, cook the Pop-Tarts. 3, eat the Pop-Tart. And it's not a joke. They literally put this in case you didn't know how to eat a Pop-Tart. And of course, that's the comedy routine. Like, what sort of idiot doesn't? But you know what? I guarantee you that company sells more Pop-Tarts. Because guys like me will walk through the Pop-Tart aisle and just go, oh, man, that one looks easy. Grab that one. I know how to eat a Pop-Tart. But you just made your product look really simple and easy to use. Especially if you're in the technology space, if you're selling software, if you're selling financial advice, if you're selling something complicated, give people a plan. And you know what? It's not just in marketing, it's in leadership too. And if you walk into your team and you say, you know what, we're going to accomplish this amazing, huge objective. It's big. You're going to intimidate everybody in that room, and they're going to freak out. But when you say, you guys, we have a big dream, a big vision, and here's how we're going to do it. 1, 2, 3. You get way more buy-in for that objective because you laid out a simple plan. So, is there a plan that you can provide for your customers? I want you to brainstorm. What 3 or 4 steps can you give your customers to make it easy to do business with you? To relieve the excuse that it's going to be too hard or it's going to be too confusing. Brainstorm your ideas, circle the ones you like the best, and make a brand script decision.
All right, so there you go. Go ahead and do your brainstorming and then circle the ones you like the best so we can talk about them when we work on our brand script. I appreciate all the work you're putting into this. Just keep on keeping on and we'll get this done.